The wizard is cornered, but he's not done fighting yet. He flings a lance of blue energy from his wand at you.
No way! I'm going to use my shield to deflect it.
All right, that sounds like a defy danger roll to me. Roll plus con to endure the attack.
Well, that's a 4.
Oof. Well, the good news is that you get an XP. The bad news is that you're frozen in place, and now he's walking closer to you.
Can I tell what's about to happen?
Of course. Roll a discern realities check.
Okay, I rolled an 8. So, what's about to happen?
Well, it looks like the wizard has put his wand away. He's leaned over and he's whispering in the cleric's ear. You realize now he's about to tell him about that D&D podcast. Did everybody clap and is everybody recording?
Yes?
Yes.
Maybe?
Yes and yes.
Yes.
Okay, Bobby?
Yeah.
Okay, we're good.
Okay.
Okay.
Sarai?
I
didn't hear some people in the jumble of voices, so I just wanted to make sure. Okay, so... Hello, and thank you for downloading the latest episode of That D&D Podcast. On the last episode, there was a trial, and on this episode, there will be more of a trial.
No, I thought this was the error phase.
The
Get
whole
it?
thing. Episode 1 and forward was the error phase, man.
Error in judgment? Oh, boom, I just named this episode.
So before we go and get legal with things, put on our lawsuits, let's go around the table and introduce ourselves. My name's Chris. I'm the DM, and I will be playing the crowd and one of the judges.
My name is Andrew, and I plead the fifth.
That doesn't exist in this time period.
It also doesn't exist in Canada.
Really?
There's probably something similar, but it's not the fifth.
How do you guys not self-incriminate?
There's no crime in Canada, so...
That's also true.
In Canada, it's just 1, 2, 3 bases on me.
We obsoleted crime a few decades back.
Universal healthcare does that.
Sorry, Mike, you were saying?
I'm Mike J. Darkson Berard, and this is Jackass? No.
Yeah.
No, it checks out.
Pretty much. Hi, my name is Robert. I'll be playing the role of Bill, the fighter who is standing trial at the moment.
You gotta fight for your right to be in the party.
To be decapitated?
Don't lose your head, man.
Let's not lose our heads, though.
Just the one.
Hi, my name's Adam. I'll be playing Oric the Thief and maybe some other guest stars. We'll see.
Hey, I'm David. I normally play Zarko, but I think I might just be part of the peanut gallery this time.
How is that different from normal?
Ooh, harsh.
Chris.
Just silence.
Oh, no.
Normally I get top billing.
We can only afford to pay you scale anyways.
Renee, introduce yourself. For real this time.
Okay, I'm Renee, and I'm playing Sam, and yeah.
And maybe this is the episode where Max finally gets better.
Maybe, but we gotta get through this trial first, so, who knows?
Okay, was that everybody?
Yes. Unless you don't count me for pleading the fifth.
Yeah. You're gonna fuck it up somehow, so I'm gonna roll with this one.
Challenge accepted.
Okay.
Recess is over. Everybody back to class.
Time to get schooled?
Everybody's standing around. Arbiters come back up, and Valerie looks over at the Saint Sister and she says, You okay? You look funny.
I'm not feeling well. Maybe something I ate.
Oh, fair enough. Okay, well, do you want me to take charge of this, or?
Sure. Well, please do.
Sure. All right, everyone be seated. Has the flock chosen its voice? Somebody steps forward. He says, We have. It is I.
Aye. This is Veltus. That's Rook.
Valerie motions to the other side of the big podium that they're standing on. So basically, from where they're seated, Bill is off to their left, and off to the right, there's a smaller podium seating area thing. So they have him come sit over there. And Valerie says, the trial will recommence, and we will now go to the Pious Mouth. Inquisitor, call your witness.
So I'm going to call. Where did that lady's name go? Where is the barmaid? Why do you hide stuff? Come on, Chris.
Barmaid is White Raven? Violet White Raven?
Yeah, Violet, or Claude. If it's a barkeep.
I am the barmaid.
Are you a lady or a guy?
I don't know.
Violet or Claude? It's the same testimony, just, do you want to be a little gnome guy? Or do you want to be a little gnome lady?
I think everyone is a gnome now, just so Chris has keep on talking like that.
Hey, you don't know
Yeah.
me.
Okay, so here's the list of the possible witnesses. Okay. So Renee, yeah, is this gnome a guy or girl? It's totally your call.
I don't care. You're asking me to make a decision. I don't care.
I am.
Andrew, what would be funnier for you?
Be a barmaid.
Okay.
Preferably one terrified of Bill's violent past.
But intrigued by his charm.
I mean, you have a hell of a scar on where your one hand used to be.
That's the info that we have on the list for that character, Renee, so you don't have to worry about opening another sheet, although I think you already did just now, but whatever.
And chicks get big scars. As my character knows from that Space Wizard podcast. Spoilers!
Violet White Raven, please approach the stand. So, a little while later, a small...
Little while.
So, a gnome emerges shortly thereafter. If you want to provide any sort of description, feel free. Aside from that, you guys can begin your questionings.
So, Ms. Whiteraven, I've heard, and in my research for the trial, I have come to know that you interacted with Bill at your place of employ a number of times.
Oh, yes, I've seen him come in on a regular basis. What would you like to know?
How would you describe his demeanor? How does he comport himself?
Well, he's kind of a surly one, you know. He comes in and bangs himself around and drinks a lot of ale. He's never mean, but he does like to be left alone.
This might actually be better for Rook than it is for me. Which of the two establishments would Bill be more likely to frequent? The Filthy One, or whatever that one at the docks was called.
The Fisherman's Inn.
Was that it? Seriously?
No, the Filthy Wand is the one by the docks, and the Fisherman's Inn is the one by the gates.
Yeah. Because they're backwards. Because this city suffers from terrible UI UX. So yeah, and you said he drinks a large volume of ale decently regularly.
That's true. I mean, he's a big guy, you know. He can drink a lot of ale, a lot more than, I could, because I'm a wee thing, and he is very, very large.
He is quite large, isn't he?
Yes. Yes, he is.
And has there ever been occasion when you feel he has had too much?
Oh, I don't know about that. Sometimes he'll fall asleep on the table, but he never seems to act out. We get some of these guys in, and they come off the ship, and they drink a lot, and then they get into a big fight, and they break stuff, and they run out in the street yelling, and Bill never does any of that. He just drinks until he falls asleep. He's never any trouble.
He doesn't take part in the breaking of things, but he also doesn't prevent them from breaking more things, you're
Well,
saying.
he tends to, stay in his corner. He likes to be left alone, like I say. I think that, people are kind of intimidated by him, and they stay away. If they don't, he frowns a little bit, and they stay away. Nobody really wants to bother him.
So he keeps his own peace, but not that of the others.
Well, no, he...
One would not rely on Bill
I
for safekeeping.
I've never seen him. I mean, maybe if I asked him to, if someone was bothering me, he might step in, but, I think maybe he doesn't like the attention, You know what happens when you step in and stop a fight, then everybody's like, oh, it's a hero! He doesn't want any part of that. None of this hero and stuff. He just wants to drink his ale.
I think I might have to agree with you that Bill is no hero. No further questions.
Aw.
Sentinel, do you have any questions for this witness?
I look at Rook. I'm Rook.
You're Rook.
And I was like, Rook, you can do this. He's like, I don't know that if I can stand up to this accent. No, damn it, man, you have to try. This is for Bill. No, I look at Voltus, and like a lot of that was, I guess, not necessarily false, but I was curious thoughts. Anna, I think your name was, right?
No.
Violet White Raven.
Yes, Violet. You know, like
Male
the
Clawed White
flower.
Raven. Violet, okay.
Because I'm wee, like a flower.
Oh my god, any relation to Lily and Rose?
No.
So you said that Bill keeps to himself?
He does, yes. He has a table in the corner.
He doesn't incite violence?
No, I've never seen him start a fight, no. Like I say, he just frowns at people and they stay away. And when he's had enough ale, he falls asleep or he goes home.
And I apologize for this. Is kind of sound like an impertinent question, but he's not handsy, is he?
Oh, no.
Not anymore.
You know,
Look, you.
too soon. No, you know, some of those sailors, they get a little fresh, but he's never bothered me once. And he always leaves a good tip, too. I appreciate that, you know. It's hard work being a barmaid. Nobody appreciates you. At least not in the right way.
Mike is stunned. He's just ruined. You've murdered him.
All of the characters I've ever made are warring for dominance right now. They're like, no, this is Rook. You know, they're like, yeah, let's take the crazy gnome with us. We're going drinking, also killing shit.
Seriously.
I know nothing about her. Let's get her a giant fuck off warhammer. The
Bobby,
biggest one we can find.
Bobby, your next character is Violet White Raven.
And then she says baka in an Irish accent, and I think we're gonna make millions.
She starts talking, and Brooke just stands up and goes, "The defense rests, Your Honor. We need to leave."
Your Honor, the defense would like the witness's number.
So, I mean, this seems like a pattern for Bill. It sounds like what you're saying is that he's reliably non-violent, reliably not offensive. He doesn't go after you. He's, not like the other hooligans that occasionally come into your bar. Has he ever defended Your Honor? Pardon for the not necessarily friendly manner of speaking.
No, it's not a problem at all. Well, sometimes he frowns at the hooligans, you know. But I try to stand up for myself. If you let other people stand up for you too often, then nobody takes you seriously, you know.
Entirely true. And you know what? I should have asked you that first. Thank you very much for your time. I'm sure that Voltus and I both appreciate you taking time away from work, if necessary, to come here and speak with us.
I'm sure it's a pleasure. I like to be involved in these things, you know, doing my duty and such.
First Conquest thanks you.
My pleasure.
So Valerie's going to lean over towards the Saint Sister and say, "Did you have any questions you want to ask her?"
What does your blood taste like?
No, I think we had a good accounting from the witness.
Okay, fair enough. I'm new to this whole thing, so, thanks for being a good guiding hand. The witness is excused, and the arbiters thank her for her time and her testimony.
This is a out of character question.
Yes.
Would it be absurd to ask their opinion of things? Like, do you think that Bill is a homicidal killer that is, unremorseful?
Well, I mean, if you've shown, that they have a relationship with him, I could see that being a valid line of questioning. Like, you've known him. Would you be surprised if you heard that he killed a kid?
And a person in prison. And bent my knee the wrong way.
Which one of these bother you the most, Voltus? I'm going to have to call you as a witness.
The murdering of the innocent man. No, I just have, like, physical proof at hand of that one.
We also have physical proof that he murdered other people.
Yes.
Their corpses.
Oh, Oric,
I like how that reminds Chris of something.
you wake up and it is several hours after, as far as you can tell, after when the trial is supposed to start. The cloak it seems to have retreated into the corner for now.
Ooh, okay. Now I'm gonna secure that cloak before it tries to get away or something. If it can get away.
Okay.
I'm confused.
I'm aroused.
Good. I think you've probably got like a footlocker or a closet or something with a padlock.
Something I can
on
lock.
it.
Yeah.
Somewhere that you stash your acquisitions, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, if you want to pick it up, it seems like it's trying to, climb your arm to get to your neck, but it's super sluggish, as if it's, just waking up from a real bad hangover.
Okay. I will have another poison needle at hand just in case it needs to go.
Go back to sleep.
I need another reminder who's in charge here. Yeah. And lock it up.
Where do you want to go now?
I'm pretty sure today was supposed to be the trial, so I'm pretty banged up here. I don't know. Did my rest recover? I guess not. Probably.
This was unintentional rest.
Yeah.
So you've still got these gnarly bruises and stuff. You've still got one of those potions of the walking wounded that you gave to Griff previously.
No, I don't want to be choked out all over again. That sounds like a terrible idea.
I don't know, it's funny.
Some people are into that.
Happens too many times and it might start a pattern, awaken something in you.
Odds are you wouldn't be able to get to a full sprint due to how your throat's feeling and how hard it is to breathe. But you're able to walk around and stuff. So if you wanted to head out that way, you are totally within your ability to do so.
Yeah, I guess I should head that way to see how things are going with the trial.
Sure. And then we're going to pan back over to the trial. Now we begin the Meek Appeal. Sentinel, you may call your witness.
Mike, that's you.
I know. I call God.
There's a lot of confused murmuring happening. And people are looking back and forth at each other.
Oh, fuck. The closest thing we have to God here is the Saint Sister.
I didn't even think about that. So, Saint Sister, Valerie looks over at you, and she says, I mean, you speak for the gods, right? So
No. I
would
call
that be you?
motherfucking Foz and shit.
Motherfucking fuzz.
How long do we wait before we call the next witness?
So no, I'd like us to pause for a moment while we pray, essentially.
Veltus is down. He's always DTP.
Valerie looks over at the Saint Sister and she says, "Is this? Do we allow this sort of thing? How does this work?"
A most curious request, but not unacceptable. We will allow this.
You heard her. We'll allow this. So, proceed.
All right, I'm trying to figure out mechanically how I want to do this. Basically, there is a so I'm gonna make a spell check basically to cast guidance, but I want to also do it as I want casting guidance to be the side effect of leading the court, kind of in a prayer sort of thing.
Okay. Just bear in mind. So it does summon the symbol of your deity. It can do very few gestures, so communication through it is limited.
I don't need feedback. I mean, I would like feedback, right? But the point is that number one, to prove that there are gods, to establish that both Voltus and I can speak with them. Voltus, if necessary, me as proof, and
Okay.
Yeah, like that.
All right. So roll your cast a spell check.
I don't have any Dragon Balls to spend on this, do I?
No.
No. 8.
Just,
Okay.
just
So
balls.
you do get a drawback.
Piss off your god. You call me for this?
Unwelcome attention. Casting distances you from your deity, or you the deity revokes your spell. New phone, who dis?
No, Foz is gonna be like, trial board.
She's welcome to take guidance away until I've learned the proper way to use it.
Trials sound like something a nerd would enjoy. Bored now.
Fuck. I guess paint me the picture for what you're doing and what you're saying, and we'll figure out how this works out. Well, why don't you tell me what the guidance thing does? We'll since I mean you cast it successfully, so give your spiel and then.
Can I kind of suggest, like, so Fawz's iconography generally was like an axe, an executioner's axe. And that seems, I don't know, somewhat poignant in this scenario. Because it's like execution or the denial thereof.
Right, and I didn't call on Lash, you'll note.
Yes.
I just imagine he busts out like a Ouija board and it's like spelling out innocent right now.
Innocent.
Gotohell. No, so Rook's most of his prayers tend to be violent or relating to bloody conquest. So I guess when he's not, he's obsequious. I don't know if we necessarily have religious iconography for Foz here. So I think that Rook would probably pray to his Warhammer.
Yeah, the problem is it's so hard to come by a dead changeling these days.
You know, you have to thank for that.
Anyway, so Rook basically says, yeah, I reach out and ask your guidance in these matters, goddess of death and rebirth. I think that's how we put it.
I believe so. I can pull it up if you give me a moment.
Yeah, I'm trying to dig through to where we actually phrased it because it's not Foz specifically. It's like winter and
Fate, and death, probably.
Yeah.
But, you know, fate also seems somewhat poignant in this particular moment.
She who I worship in the name of bloody conquest, in order to bring law and righteousness back to a world that has gone almost to the brink. Please take a moment and indicate to us the manner in which you would have me proceed. Kill them all!
Fight your way out of that courtroom.
That is on Rook's platter. It's not a normal thing for Rook to do, but it's entirely possible.
God, imagine how fucked up our next campaign is going to be when Bill's a god.
Right, so Chris, I don't know the best way for you to handle this. I am kind of leaving it open to both GM and Foz interpretation. If she thinks that Bill should die, despite the situation that I've explained, I don't really haven't told her, hey, I want to bring Bill to be my personal.
She probably knows.
Yeah, I think she's.
I mean,
she's got an idea.
you did pray to her this morning.
That's right.
So probably
Repeatedly.
about that.
But like Chris, if you think that she should be that Foz would want Bill executed, it's an executioner's act to the head would make it pretty clear. If you think that it should indicate something else,
that is a good question. Hold on.
If you want to punt, you can just
make it my fault.
You have it show up in the witness stand and then disappear, as to indicate that she's listening as opposed to acting.
That's a good one, actually. I like that. Good job.
I was hoping that I had written down the tenets of the god and everything. I can't find it right now.
All I see here are butts.
Yeah, right? Why is that like
booties,
8 times?
booties, pow.
Booty, rocking everywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
That's Foz's response to your question.
Life, death, and fat booty.
I like big butts and I cannot lie. You are their brothers.
Can't deny.
Thank you.
Lady at the end of all things, goddess of death, desert, and tundra, capable of compassion and fury.
Where's the section on child murder?
No, that's my god.
That's why Lash wasn't called.
Yeah.
I think we all know what Lash would do.
That's why Voltus is kind of being a dick about this.
She brings the succor of death to the foolhardy, the calmest release to panicked beast and sapient alike. Based on the stuff as written, I think she would make the... Oh shit, I just slapped my microphone. I'm not used to... Oh, I slapped it so hard my webcam turned off.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
that's how I like it.
That was this D&D podcast. The GM is experiencing problems
mental technical difficulties. Yeah, so I'm going to say the Executioner's Axe appears. It points over, like it points down towards Bill as if a very tall person is holding it, and then it raises in the air and then swings down.
Valtis will just smile.
That's fair.
Based on the things I read, like I'm trying to be impartial on this thing. Any further questions for God?
So again, this is about law, Taruk. I'm not gonna be crazy and shit like that. I wanted to know what Foz was gonna say. Foz has had her say. The trial document doesn't have the sections. You know what I'm talking about?
The steps.
Yeah.
The stages.
Oh, that is this one. Please hold.
Yeah. For some reason, I can't find that folder with the things in them.
The link should hopefully work. I think it should be shared with all you guys.
You did. I just doesn't have a folder, which is why I was curious. Like if there's a folder with all that stuff. It doesn't matter if there's it or not. But like
it's in one of my folders for I have a campaign planning documents folder,
okay.
And it's in there, and you guys only have access to those two files.
I'm looking for a place where I can make a suggestion.
That'll probably be in the Remembrances part. It's kind of closing arguments, that sort of thing. So you could say, in summary, blah, 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 and we beseech the court to blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
In exactly those words.
Yeah.
No more, no less.
That's your witness, Voltus.
No, Valtis has no questions for Rook Scott at this point in time.
I didn't say Rook Scott. I said God.
Yeah.
Okay, so Saint Sister, I don't feel qualified to ask God any questions, so I'm gonna leave that to you.
Oh
if you
my
have
god,
anything
does
to
the
say.
changeling have any questions for Foz?
No, I think no follow-up questions would not be appropriate in this situation.
Only 2 questions. How dare you, and what gives you the right?
Probably don't get too many questions or too many opportunities.
I mean, the city sister probably looks a little bit nervous right now, but that's about it.
Yeah. When you say no further questions,
Can we figure out can we see that there's nonsense going on here?
if you want to try to discern realities, maybe you'd have to. I figured pretty much everybody else is occupied with the trial itself, so it would take some, concerted extra effort to figure out anything's up. But yeah, when you say no further questions, the axe kind of points towards you for a second, and then vibrates, and then shimmers and disappears.
Clearly acknowledging my glory.
Yeah.
So a few seconds later, Auric walks into the general seating area for the townspeople. Ooh, you rolled a 5. Well, first off, let's mark an experience for that, Rook. Yeah, everything seems on the up and up. Yeah, that's probably like the respect knuckles.
I got this one.
So yeah, Auric, you of the purpley ass throat walk into the general seating area for the townspeople.
Fashionable scarf all of a sudden.
From where you're standing, you see Sam and you see Zarko.
Wait. You're still not shy about neckwear.
This one's
Get, like, a
thoroughly
cravat.
dead before I checked.
Did you want to go sit by any of them? Sam and Zarko, are you guys sitting close to each other? Are you sitting next to each other to talk about what's going on, or what's that set up?
It's a good question.
That is a good question.
I mean, you guys have that, experience together from the Undertrail, so I figure there might be at least a modicum of...
All things considered, their side of the party got along much better than ours.
We go along
Yeah.
fine.
I didn't see him until we were already inside, but then we noticed each other, so there's just making faces, across the room, what do you think about that kind of thing?
And I want to say, I'm still catching up on Skeleton Party episodes, but there's some pretty dark shit going on over there already.
I don't know what you're talking about.
And I don't think we still don't know the story yet, because we haven't had 5 minutes to sit down and talk to each other about what happened on each of the...
Nothing
It's
happened
true.
that wasn't perfectly justified. Nothing.
Rook will confirm this.
All occurred as God willed it. No further questions, Your Honor. So yeah, Auric, they're sitting a little bit separate, but close enough to each other to make faces at each other.
That
Do
sounds
you
so
want to go sit by
juvenile.
either of them, or what do you want to do when you walk in?
Yeah, I figured I'd go up to Sam and greet her and ask how things are going.
Yo, you see my evil shadow yet?
Not aware of any evil shadows, thank you very much.
Did other Auric hang out with anybody this morning?
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
That's how you get caught 101.
True story.
Well, I figure other Auric wouldn't have a list of known associates necessarily.
Just Bill, maybe.
Okay. So yeah, Sam, Auric finally showed up.
Hey, nice scarf.
God, tell me Bill's been a changeling this whole time.
Nice scarf, nerd.
It's a cravat, thank you.
Okay, no, that's not.
There was some messed up loot from that Undertrails that we took with us. I'll
Oh.
tell you about it later. We got some interesting creatures to
Huh.
examine, I guess.
I'm intrigued. I like learning new things.
Do we have a
It's pretty messed up,
zoologist?
Well,
Yeah, I guess the ranger would probably be pretty close to a zoologist.
Yeah. I mean, have you ever heard of a living cape before?
no. Well, there is this story that I heard about one time. Oh, but I don't know. The details are really fuzzy. Just mysterious strangling death. I'll have to go look it up, though, because I really don't remember the details, and I would hate to just make something up, off the cuff. So,
Sounds like something that you would have to be pretty foolish to get caught by, though.
It's like, my memory's a little fuzzy. Maybe this will make things more clear. Or our cans are 20.
At any rate, I do seem to remember a story that maybe had involved some kind of, at least living garment. I don't remember if it was a cloak. This could be interesting. After this trial wraps up, I guess you'll have to show it to me.
Certainly. I don't know what to do with it myself, but didn't kill it, I guess.
Phrasing.
Give it to the Saint Sister.
Woven this lovely cloak for you.
Well, so far the trial's been interesting. We're called on a god, and that went very weirdly, so I don't really know what's going to happen now.
I guess you don't hear that every day.
It's true. Nobody really knew what to do.
We're called on a god and it went weird is actually pretty standard operating procedure.
All right, so as Auric sits down and finishes their little conversation, Valerie says, "We now move to the Radiant Mind. We call to the stand Barden Kegbeard."
That's the dwarfiest fucking name I've ever heard.
Thanks.
Yeah, I moved to dismiss the grounds that he's a dwarf. Too dwarfy was, yeah.
So shortly thereafter, a dwarven man is led to the front area, to the pedestal where he could stand for his testimony. Feel free to give him any sort of description you want, and barring that,
And an amazing accent.
He has like a literal keg in his beard for beer-related emergencies.
No, the
Nice.
keg has been confiscated. It looks like the middle of his beard's been cut out roughly with a knife.
that's fucking awesome. Now he's not even Barden Flask Beard. He's been demoted so badly.
Yeah, like he had a keg, but they confiscated it. So it's like he's got like on each side there's like a beard full down, and then it's just this weird ragged bit that's growing back in. And he's
Alright.
he's in irons. His beard's like a dark brown, almost black, but as it goes up to his face, it's graying. You know, he's obviously aging.
For those of you listening along, this is one of the captured dwarves from the Skeleton Lagoon raiding party town.
Wait, are you sure we left survivors?
Yes, we totally did.
You sent like 10 or so with somebody from
We didn't kill the archers.
you didn't kill the archers, you sent them back with the mule, which now that I think about it, Oric never got that mule and cart back. They're just
Yeah, I know.
they're property of the town now.
I just don't think that's us, man. We don't usually leave survivors.
Well, your mistake.
You can listen back. I promise you guys sent some away.
I did recently listen to those episodes, and yes, you did. And I also heard everything you said about my poor donkey.
Valerie looks over at the Saint Sister. Do you want to do this, or should I? Or
Tag team would be best, I think. Yes, I'll let you start.
witness? Do you know the denounced?
He's the one who killed my friends.
When you say friends, how many of them did he kill?
Oh fuck!
Well, he and him, and he points at Voltus. And him, he points at Rook and Voltus and Bill. He's like, they killed, they killed 20 of them almost.
I think the record will show I killed 2. The one that was mouthy and the one that was leading them.
It happened so fast. I don't know who I don't know the exact numbers.
Were there no bodies left behind? What happened to your friends after they died?
Oh, your grace. It's so horrible. Their bodies, they were thrown into a pit and turned into these undead servants.
Hey, wait.
It was a lake.
It was a lake.
I don't think you could say objection. It was a lake we threw the corpses into.
We came to this town. We thought this was an abomination, and they told us that their gods told them to protect it.
Well, actually, we told you that you were being unreasonable, and then we killed you for attacking us.
Oh, I wish I was killed. This is.
Valerie holds up her hand and she says, "The speakers will refrain from offering testimony if they are not a witness. Is that clear?"
Can we offer final justice?
What? Why is this guy in jail? Like, we sent him here to be a citizen.
I don't think he was in jail.
He was in irons and he had his keg confiscated.
Let's say he's still in that we're not sure you're not a terrorist phase. So they haven't waterboarded him.
Wait, what the fuck? Does Trump run this town?
Maybe.
It's surrounded in walls.
And you know what? Every time you question it, 10 feet higher. Make First Conquest great again. Valerie looks over at Saint Sister again. She says, "Do you have any other questions? I mean, I don't know, this seems pretty bad for this guy. This seems kind of bad for all the people that are here that aren't us on the stand, but..."
Yeah. Most dire for all sides of the party here. You say that they killed your fellow countrymen. Why? Why did you... What caused you to meet them in such a horrible circumstance? Okay.
We had heard of this cursed lake that created undead that served these people. You know, it was a sin. It was a sin against the gods to raise the dead.
We don't believe in the gods, goddammit.
You converted them.
I mean, here he's like looking wide-eyed at Voltus, like, "Don't kill me, don't kill me." He's like, "I mean, I'm just saying what we thought when we headed out. We've been proven wrong. I mean, they agreed to spare me because I said I'd testify, but I mean, this is why we headed out."
I really wish I had senses that could pierce lies still. That might come in handy in this trial for numerous reasons.
If only it hadn't taken 4 months to get to the trial itself.
All I know is that anyone who disagrees with them, they deal swift justice against them, and I don't want to contradict anything they say.
Brooke smiles.
Clearly, this is a valuable witness, and his judgment can be trusted.
I don't have any more questions for him. Do you? Or should we pass it off?
Clearly, this is causing the witness great distress. We thank him for his time and release him back into the custodies of his caregivers.
She goes, "Oh wait, no, we have to let the speakers ask him questions too. Don't you remember how this goes? You've done this before." "It's okay. I got it. I know you're not feeling good. Rescind that last statement. We do thank you for your testimony, but the witness is now in the hands of the Inquisitor. You may ask some questions."
I have no questions for this man and his flawed memory.
Thank you, gracious sir.
First Conquest thanks you for attempting service.
Sentinel, do you have any questions for this witness? "Can you tell me where your mayor is? No further questions."
Hey! Actually,
So,
it was the mayor I killed, and then Rook killed the mayor's son, who was a shit heel.
actually, I still have
became
his
mayor.
heart in my backpack. I keep it for rituals just in case we need it.
The heart of a liar?
The heart of a... Remember, because I cut out his heart while Bill was looking the other way, I think?
No, I was looking the other way because I was talking to someone else and Bill was standing guard.
That's right. We're the good guys, everybody.
He says, holding the heart aloft.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I asked the guy, do you remember who attacked first?
Oh, shit.
Yes.
I...
Your party attacked first.
That is right.
Mm-hmm.
Really? I
I...
never listened to that D&D podcast, so...
It was definitely me.
They talk smack, and Voltus was like, decapitate.
He points at Voltus.
Do you remember bringing an army to attack a town?
An otherwise peaceful town.
A town that had never sent soldiers against you?
We put a force together in order to fight against the undead horde.
And did the undead horde attack or kill any of your people when you sent out this force to attack this so-called horde?
Our forces were destroyed before...
Pacified.
Pacified
Good answer.
before any of the undead could appear.
And that's... Yeah, so that town that you were riding to attack actually asked us for help. We three, we brave, we few, we happy few, stood forth
Nice.
in defiance of a damned army and said, you're not going to attack that town. Bill was there. Bolt was there, I was there. But the point is that we were defending the weak and the helpless. And this is exactly such a time that we needed someone like Bill. And I'm very sorry that your friends had to die. And I wish that you all had made better decisions.
Maybe next time you'll think a little harder.
Hopefully over time, we'll all learn to be a little bit nice to each other.
As Your Honor says, I'm merely a soldier. I don't make these decisions.
And that's cool. I understand that. I also take orders from a higher power.
Mine's actually real booyah.
But my point is that, well, I'm very sorry for your losses. You were acting as the aggressors in the situation, and we defended the people who needed help. So, I'm sorry for your loss, but we were right. Peace.
Hashtag sorry, not sorry.
I'm sorry for his loss. But yeah, that's it. He can go back to rehabilitating.
Very well. Two of the guards come lead him to waterboarding chamber number 3.
Can we not do that?
Sure.
I don't mean you, Chris. I mean, Rook is asking them not to torture him.
Yeah.
But it's...
Waterboarding chamber number 2.
The president's suite.
Yeah, this is the cucumber waterboarding.
Look. First he was getting lemonade boarded. We'll move it to regular water now. If that's cool.
Oh god, that would be so terrible.
I saw there was a thing on Jackass where they lemonade boarded each other.
What the
and,
hell?
Like, immediately they were like, I'm done. Never again.
Yeah.
Valerie says, we will have that discussion after the trial if you wish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bloody Conquest does not include torture, you jackasses.
How does Lash feel about waterboarding?
Lash is only good with waterboarding if the person being waterboarded intentionally drowned other people.
Oh yeah, that would work.
We move now to Remembrances, where both speakers may restate the points of their case, make any requests that they desire, and this will be the end of their portion of the trial. Before we begin this, Bill.
Yeah.
Sorry, Borgoth.
Bill's fine.
Do you have anything that you would like to say for yourself?
That I'm sorry for what I've done. Things that I've done that I've known were wrong. I'm not sorry about kicking Voltus in the leg. He was chasing me. I was startled.
You were on the ground and tied up.
I was startled.
You pled not guilty to that and just fucking admitted to it.
Right, I didn't think I was at fault for it. And to the father of the child who is here.
He just looks angry, like he's...
Nick, he didn't call any witnesses or ask any questions or...
He comes in later.
Basically, he gets to be one of the 3 people who decide the fate of this.
okay.
Aside from that, he stands there. So basically, there can't be a tie.
Okay.
Because he's there.
Okay, cool.
So I speak directly to him. I say I'm sorry for the event that transpired, If I could take them back, I would do that in an instant. I also have a child, and if somebody were to do to my child what I did to yours, I would want nothing but vengeance. But all I ask is for me to be able to keep my life and live it out in exile and never return to this town again. My death will not bring you peace. My death will not bring back your child, but I can attempt to redeem myself. All I ask is that I am allowed to spend the rest of my days and to live them out in peace and to do what I can with who I can to make their lives better. And I'm truly sorry.
Inquisitor, do you have a final statement?
The denounced is clearly misinterpreting what repentance truly is. He does not feel guilty for the majority of his crimes that he committed while theoretically of sane mind and sound body. And he only asks to not face a single consequence. So, as opposed to allowing that abortion of justice to transpire, I move for the closest thing to justice that we can get. Exile isn't a consequence if the entire city hates you. That's a vacation.
But he has to shop off-brand merchandise now.
Right?
He can't go in town.
He has to go home and live with his kid that he abandoned and also didn't exist until like last episode.
Well, yeah, but think about how much time and effort he'll have to pour into getting his kid's trust back, and he'll have to like get a job to pay money.
The person I murdered was a little younger than you.
Okay, first off, didn't abandon. Mom and Dad are too old to work, so that's why I took on work as a mercenary to send money home to them so they could take care of her. Just because I wasn't with her doesn't mean that I abandoned her. And also, none of you ever asked. That's why I didn't just bring it up. You want me to just go every episode, hey, you want to see a picture of my kid?
You want to see this drawing I made of my kids because pictures don't exist yet?
Sadly, that is me. I am constantly showing pictures of my kids.
You claim to feel remorse for murdering a child, and yet you want to spend the rest of your life with yours. That is not justice.
Sentinel, yours is the final voice we will hear. What have you to say?
There is but one arbiter of final justice, and that is not man, that is God. Whether or not
Do you really want to make that point?
Whether or not we judge him to be guilty is somewhat irrelevant. You're just asking him to be sent to his final judgment more quickly or less quickly. Here's the thing. We have use for him here. I would ask that he be released into my care, and I'll put like a collar on him or something, and we'll figure out how to properly keep him from, constantly repentant. And I would point him at our enemies. We have a giant army stationed outside town. I don't know if you've seen it. They're changelings. It's bad times. We're in the middle of a war and we're holding a trial. I would rather empty the jail and press them as soldiers and put them against our opposing forces rather than kill some of the few able-bodied people that we have. It's frankly ludicrous. And if he dies in combat on the battlefield, he'll be judged just the same as he will be if we kill him out back in the woodshed or however we kill people in this town. I don't know. I forgot to roll discern realities.
It's the woodshed thing. You were right.
Yeah. That's pretty much it. I just ask you not to let this be a waste, because we need giant fuck off strength orcs that I can use to crush my enemies.
Very well. We will take your statements into advisement. Now, the voice of the flock will speak. No one else will talk. You must sit. You must watch. You must hope that they are on your side. The dad steps forward. His face is red. His knuckles are white because his fists are just clenched. And he's pacing back and forth. And he says, I don't know why we went through with this farce of a trial. You killed my child. And for that alone, you should die. But then you went to jail, where people are supposed to go to atone for something, and you killed someone else, and then you just felt it your right to free yourself? This was a waste of everyone's time. And with everything that's happening out there, and that's threatening us, This is time that is wasted that we could be spending defending ourselves or preparing something. So I will vote that you are executed, and my only wish was that I would be the one who would be able to swing the axe. And he just walks away.
After dropping a mic.
Can we talk now?
Well, so what happens now is Valerie stands up. She says, "This concludes the publicly visible portion of the trial. Those who will remain are the arbiters, the speakers, and the denounced. Everyone else may depart." So everybody gets up and leaves. Those of you who are in the audience, I guess for lack of a better word, where are you guys going? You gonna go to like a bar and drink things off? You gonna go find a bench to sit and talk about stuff, or what are y'all gonna do?
Zarko's gonna walk out and then find a quiet place and cast invisibility and go back in.
Fuck. Okay, that's cool. Roll me a cast a spell check.
Boom!
An 11.
He'd do it.
Nice.
Zarko disappears.
Boop.
Sam and Auric, what are you two gonna do too?
What?
How long do we have?
Well, the thing is, the way the trial goes, you're not allowed back in. So basically, once the decision is reached, you won't find out what it is for a few days. Like, they'll put out some sort of release that says what happened, but nobody else gets to come back in.
Wow, that takes a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew that we wouldn't go back in. I just assumed that they would come to a verdict sooner than that.
Well, no, they're going to come to a verdict today, but you won't find out what it is until, basically they'll write out what happened. That will get entered into the history as well as published for the town to read what the findings were on everything.
Huh.
So basically, you get to catch it all on court TV 2 days later.
That's dumb.
Yeah, well, this is the first imperfect legal system. Aren't you proud to be witnessing it?
Well, I mean, it just seems like they would announce, but okay.
For something this high profile, there may be like a town crier or something the next day or two, probably tomorrow.
Extra large axe being sought.
Yeah.
I am gonna ask Auric about the cloak. I want to see this cloak.
Yeah, I was gonna talk to Zarko too, but I don't see him anywhere. It's kind of strange. I thought he just
I
left
know.
here, but maybe he
I
had to
saw
go
him.
somewhere
I
else.
thought he was with those.
Weird.
I don't know. Yeah, he disappeared very quickly. My
Oh yeah, but sure, we can go check this cloak out. It's pretty crazy, I'll tell you. Almost took me out.
I'm quite curious.
All right, so you guys are going to head over to Auric's house. So now the only people that remain are the two speakers, Bill, the Saint Sister, and Valerie.
And Zarko.
What? Who? What? Who? So Valerie looks over at the Saint Sister again, and she says, "Okay, so we've got one vote to execute. I guess. Do you want to give your verdict first?"
I can. And the Saint Sister will address the room.
Okay.
Or I guess the defense.
The smaller room now.
Yeah. You say this man is a tool that can be used in the defense of this town, but from what I've heard today, he's a flawed tool. Tool that is just as likely to break in the wielder's hand. I find that this is not a tool I choose to use. I, too, sentence him to death.
Ooh.
So Valerie stands up. She says, "At this point, my vote is inconsequential. The majority rules. So, Borgoth Tambaro, at sunrise tomorrow, you will be executed. You will have a brief period of time tonight to converse with your sentinel if you have any affairs that need to be set in order. We will recommend that you do so then, as that will be your last communication with anyone. This court is adjourned. Praise to the gods." Does some intricate little hand symbol. The 8 different crucifixes for the 8 different gods.
I believe you mean all the crucifixions.
Yes.
She picks up one gesture from each of the crucifixion table.
It looks like ninja hand motions from like an anime or something.
And the last, it's a bird that flies away.
8-pointed God blessing. Thank you all for your time, for doing your civic duty.
I'm just waiting for Zerka to pull my pants down.
I suppose that's all. Voltus, why is your dick out?
It's like the dream. Also, if that's not representative of anything, it's very cold in here.
I would like to enter into evidence that it is winter. Okay, so, Rook, do you go visit Bill tonight?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna break him out of jail.
Because that's in the defense of law.
Totally.
Just so you didn't know you weren't allowed to do it.
It totally worked for me.
Look, nobody specifically said he couldn't do it.
Right, it's my 5-year-old's defense. But I didn't remember you told me things.
Let's do this scene for Rook and Bill. Bill, you are in your solitary cell from before. The door is back on the cell, and there are 2 guards stationed in front of it. So, yeah, Rook, you walk in, and you guys have the floor.
Well, Bill, I had hoped that would go differently.
Yeah.
But if there's any way that I can help make your peace, I will.
Bill gets kind of teary. Rook, you've always been a really great friend. All I ask is that you sit with me for a little while.
Oh, yeah, of course. That's the least that I can do. I'm happy to set any affairs that you need to have set in order. Anything like that.
I already gave you the note to give to my family, correct?
Yes.
Okay. All I ask is that you carry that out.
Will do. You can count on me.
Always could.
Yeah, I don't know if you prefer to talk about what happened to... if you feel like you need absolution of some sort, or if you'd rather not talk about it specifically, we could pretend like it's old times. Talk about something else, play cards, joke, or if you want to talk, I'm happy to listen.
I think I'd rather silence. It feels like it's something I'm going to have to get used to.
I can do silence.
Okay, so you guys are sitting there in silence. There was a little bit more unfinished business. Saint Sister, after everyone leaves, you go back to the now unguarded waiting area, I guess, for the arbiters. The Saint Sister's in there. She's struggling against her bonds.
A loose end's a loose end.
That's not ominous.
How about we can go into more detail if you want, or we can talk about that after the session in chat and make it like a fun surprise thing that happens.
Surprises are fun, yes.
Circle. Okay.
It would be a surprise. I don't know if that's particularly fun.
All right, so
how do I get that detect lie thingy?
Become a paladin.
you have to die and then re-roll as a paladin.
It's pretty alright, I gotta say.
Rook, are you gonna stay there through the night with Bill?
I'll stay there.
Dawn comes. The guards that were standing there overnight are relieved. They were replaced by 2 more, and then a few minutes later, 2 more come in. They open the door to Bill's cell, and they say, "It's time." Voltus, I guess you knew what was going to happen. Did you tell anybody?
No. But I would be just silently waiting at the place of execution.
Wait, how does Voltus know what's going to happen?
He was there when they gave the sentence.
Yeah.
He was the other attorney.
I thought she meant more like He knew that he was going to be found guilty. Sorry.
Oh, no, sorry.
I mean, I think we all knew that.
Yeah.
After the second murder, it was kind of set in stone.
Oh.
So you are brought to kind of the same area that the trial was in yesterday. The giant stone platforms and everything have been removed. They've been replaced by one solitary, it almost looks like a slightly elongated bench with a gap kind of a little ways down. There's an indentation in it for you to rest your head, and one of the guards comes up, and they have a long black executioner's axe. So the guards motion for you to lay down, or kneel down and put your head on the thing. And as they get you there, they say, "Any last words?"
Shirel.
And now your watch is ended.
All right, so we're gonna end the episode here on a real positive note. Yeah, let's do the moves.
So I think anybody with a bond with Bill has been resolved.
Um,
You just have leftover business that you can never resolve.
they are no longer relevant. So okay. Did anybody have a bond with Bill?
Yo.
Yeah, I have a bond with Bill.
Anybody else aside from Rook and Sam?
I
Nope.
don't think so.
Okay. So those are the bonds. We'll save the making a new bond until we introduce Bobby's new character. That way, I'm sure some of you will make a bond with that guy, some way or another. Did anybody fulfill their alignment at least once this session?
I think it could be argued I denied mercy.
Yeah, I can. Or you at least endeavored to deny mercy, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Do I get to infiltrate via proxy? Because I technically did my alignment, just maybe not me.
Genetically, an Auric did sneak.
Yeah.
I'm so curious as to what is going on here.
It's not my fault that I was unconscious for the whole last session.
All right.
No, I can understand that that's not for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna say changelings don't count, unfortunately, or that the off-brand Auric doesn't count.
No,
Auric. His
Auric.
name's Auric. It's with an A.
Foric.
All right. Anybody else do their alignment thing?
I did not.
I don't know that I actually put myself in harm's way, so.
Jump in front of that axe.
Okay. I don't think we have any of the other ones. We didn't learn something new and important about the world because you just did a trial.
We find out how people are killed.
You didn't overcome a notable monster or enemy.
I totally overcame the sainted sister.
That does not count. And
That is a notable creature.
once again, Foric does not count for Auric XP. You know what? Okay, so Foric gets 2 XP.
Doing pretty
this
good.
session.
I think we rolled like 3 times.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
What?
The shadow character concept where we have these evil versions of ourselves, or I guess good versions of ourselves in Rook and Voltus' case, that go around doing stuff, getting experience, and like that'd be we could do that in the boards. God damn you all.
I actually totally just had an idea, but it would involve a lot more setup. But an evil version of the party going to other towns and raising hell so that when you guys went to go make contact with the town, they ran you off with like pitchforks and stuff.
Oh
Would
gosh.
be an interesting thing.
Except that we were so close to doing that already.
It's really weird.
Yeah.
We'd get to town and they'd be like, "Oh, you're back! Thanks for all those extra hearts you gave our mayor."
Also, technically, Stargate did that, so.
Okay, so what I'm getting for XP totals is Auric gets 1 failure XP. Sam gets 1 bond XP. Voltus gets 1 alignment XP. Rook gets 1 failure and 1 bond XP. And Zarko, I don't have anything for you
Nope,
this time.
I agree.
So we are going to end it here for realsies this time. Thank you, everybody, for downloading this latest episode of That D&D podcast. We hope you continue to like, share, and subscribe. Please leave us ratings. We really appreciate it. That's what helps us pop up higher on search results and gets our voices into more ears. If you feel inclined to support us monetarily, we have a Patreon going. We would very much appreciate any support you would be willing to provide. There are some perks for you all. You can get personalized thank yous. You can get preferential entry into listener campaigns. You can help name some characters. You can help name some places. You might even be able to help name some PC characters. PCs, I guess the C is for character. Ignore that part.
Yeah.
Yeah, after this, I gotta hit up an ATM machine.
Don't forget to put your PIN number. Please drop us a line if you ever want to get in touch. You can do it at ThatDnDPodcast on Twitter. You could email ThatDnDPodcast@gmail.com, or you can find us on Facebook. Any one of those will work. I'm going to stop rambling now. So once again, thank you everybody very much for listening, and we'll see you next Monday.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Toodly-toodly-doo.
That D&D podcast is released under a Creative Commons 4.0 attribution, non-commercial, no derivative license. Feel free to share with friends, but don't cut anything out and don't sell our work. Dungeon World intro music is Back to the Woods by Jason Shaw. You can find Jason's music on the Free Music Archive, and our outro music is Dirt Roads by Kevin MacLeod. His music can also be found on the Free Music Archive. See the show notes for any music used in the individual episodes, and visit us at ThatDnDPodcast.com. Dungeon World is the property of Sage Latora and Adam Coble. All other copyrighted content is owned by their associated copyright holder.